Nikola Jokic is easily the best player on earth at this point, and I don't think this should be a debate. There is literally no holes in the man's game. And yeah, you got to give it up unless you're a hater or you don't know basketball. Nikola Jokic should be number one on your list as the best player in the world right now. The man in 16 games of the playoffs is averaging 29.8 points, so basically 30, 13 rebounds, 10 assists on 54% shooting and 47.5% shooting from the three. This is ridiculous. And yeah, as I said, there is literally no holes in the man's game. He can do it all. He's proving that he's a top 10 scorer in this league when he actually puts his mind to it. He's one of the top 5 rebounders in this league. And he's arguably the best passer in the league also. And being an envy guy, the whole season I was claiming that Nikola Jokic's defense was actually the weakness. And I wasn't the only one. A whole bunch of people were saying that, pick and roll defense, you can't really switch and gets cooked by the guards all the time. And even players are out here calling out this rim protection and stuff. But I gotta say, that statement was definitely overblown too, because if that defense was so weak, it would have been exposed by now in the playoffs, especially given the matchups that they had, him going up against Book and KD, or him going up against the LeBron and AD pick and roll. That would have been exploited and exposed widely had it really been such a weakness, but it just hasn't been the case. And you can't just act and assume that the players and all the coaches all have low IQ and they are not focusing on that. It's just that they can't for some reason. You got to give some credit to Michael Malone there for game planning against that, but also to Nikola Jokic himself, man. He's making sure that the defense is at least good enough to not be a weakness and hinder his team. But the real reason why we're here is because I was checking out Kevin Garnett's KG Certified with Paul Pierce. Great podcast, by the way. And they were actually arguing whether or not Nikola Jokic's playoff run was one of, if not the most impressive run that they've seen in the playoffs of all time. So take a listen to what Paul Pierce had to say.
Denver in 5. I think Joker is I think this is the most incredible run I've ever seen right now.
This run
right now by him is one of the most incredible. I mean, when you look at he averaging, 30, 14, 15, and then 10, 11 assists? No, this ain't in just one series. This is out throughout and you just swept Bron? Like, Bron don't get swept.
That wasn't Bron, though.
I mean, but he don't get swept. History shows he's only been swept one time ever.
I mean, he's going to catch up with you.
Bron can get you a game.
What the fuck?
Bron
played 20 years.
You telling me
you're going to get swept a couple times, Lord. What the fuck, man?
Bron and AD can get you a game.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
No, they couldn't.
They could not. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Walk that.
Right.
Scratch all that shit. No, they can't. And them niggas ain't what you think they are, all right? Cool. Nah, bro having a crazy run. I give him that.
Run like this.
No, not like this.
Not like this.
Where he's going through
I ain't never seen somebody so dominant.
Nah, Dirk had one. Dirk,
not like this.
You tripping. Go back and watch Dirk had a crazy run.
No, Dirk
you go back, Charles Barkley had a crazy run when they had remember when he played Seattle, he had damn near 40?
Yeah, Barkley,
man, that was crazy run. Diesel had a crazy run. Cole, when he got to Indiana, told everybody calm down. Like, I'm going through it, man. Dirk had Zebo, Dirk, remember Lamar, Aldridge had that crazy run.
So, all right, so you heard what Paul Pierce had to say about that. KG was giving him some pushback. He threw a bunch of names in there. I don't know that I agree. Like you said, Zebo. Like, Zebo was nice, but not that nice. Come on, bro. Who else he said? He said D-Wade. D-Wade in 06 was definitely up there. Dirk, definitely up there. He said Charles Barkley when they made it to the finals. That was up there, too. I gotta throw LeBron James 2018 up there. The Last Dance last season, Michael Jordan up there also. Kawhi 2019. It's a bunch of nice runs in there, but Nikola Jokic, I believe, is at least top 3 on there. And the only reason I would not have a top 1, I would still give that to Dirk, is because I believe Dirk was underdog in most of these series. And when it comes to Nikola Jokic, it just wasn't the case. They went into the T-Wolves. I mean, we all knew they would cook him. Then they had the Suns. I believe they were actually the underdogs against the Phoenix Suns, but this is still a team that was assembled like literally 2 months ago, and with no depth, injury prone and everything. Chris Paul got hurt. They had issues on the inside, so it's still a great feat. I'm not diminishing by any means the fact that they got the Suns out of there in 6 games, especially given the way Devin Booker was playing. But it's not as impressive as what Dirk had to go through, in my opinion. And and LeBron James is in year 20. Had he swept LeBron James in his prime, on his way to the finals and possibly to win the championship, I would have Nikola Jokic number 1, maybe over that, because I believe that a prime LeBron James on this Lakers team would have made the Lakers the favorite against the Nuggets. But with LeBron James being in year 20, AD being inconsistent, it was at the very least a 50-50 matchup that it dominated, so all credits to the Nuggets and everything. And in the finals, they're playing the A seed, a team that made it out of playing. It's like a beautiful Cinderella stories, but they're not the world beaters that the Miami Heat of 2011 were supposed to be, that they actually disposed of. Although LeBron James choked, that's still insane. They also swept the Lakers of Kobe Bryant, who, if I'm not mistaken, had won the chip the previous season. They took care of the OKC Thunder of KD, Russ, James Harden, Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, and them, and that's an impressive feat, because that team was definitely on the come up. They made the finals the year just after that. So yeah, man, that Dirk run, and that team was just not as good as the Nuggets all around. You had solid role players, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, everything, and them, but first of all, they were all pretty much out of their primes, and Dirk really had to showcase some insane, and I mean insane, scoring ability in that run. Especially if you go watch the highlights of what he was actually doing to Serge Ibaka and what he did against the Lakers, you would be shocked, man. You would be blown away. But yeah, I believe Nikola Jokic is once again most definitely the best player in the world, and I believe that his run in the playoffs right now is like top 3 to top 5 all time. But yeah, get in the comment section and give me your thoughts about whether you agree with Paul Pierce or not, and where do you actually rank Nikola Jokic's playoff run against the others. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.